Hello gamers, welcome back to Gamers Among Us. You've already seen the title, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. This here is Game Series That Need Reboots, Part 2. In Part 1, we looked at some of our favorite series that we want to come back to, including Infamous, Okami, Onimusha, and more. Today, we've got a few more for you that are in dire need of an extra adventure or two. The ones on this list are a bit less mainstream, so hopefully we'll touch on something that you once loved but have forgotten all about. Let us know which of these you agree with, and be sure to hit like and subscribe for more videos each week. More than 15 years ago, in 2003, a game called Manhunt was released to great controversy due to its extreme violence. Rockstar Games was no stranger to outrage, having recently released Grand Theft Auto: Vice City. But the media hounded them over Manhunt's vivid depiction of murder, even famously blaming the game for a murder that took place in England in 2004. Due to this, it probably flew under the radar for a lot of gamers at the time, especially younger gamers who might not have had access to adult-rated games. It was banned in several countries, and even staff at Rockstar have gone on record stating that the game made them feel uncomfortable. All that aside, it was actually a pretty cool game. In it, you take control of James Earl Cash, a death row inmate whose execution is faked, so that you can instead fight for a final chance at freedom by allowing yourself to be hunted by several crooked street gangs full of murderers. For the most part, stealth is your only true chance at survival, and the game did a really good job of making you feel helpless in the face of impossible odds. If you can get past the outdated graphics and squeamishly realistic murder animations, this is a unique title worth looking at. It was re-released in 2016 for the PS4 as a digital title, and there was a less noteworthy sequel released in 2007. However, I think the time is right for us to take a walk on the wild side with a new entry, though we wouldn't mind if it's a little less murdery. That may go against its reason for existence, but the stealth gameplay was truly spectacular, so I stand by this choice. For something a bit more obscure, our number 4 spot goes to Bloody Roar, a fighting game series that hasn't had a new entry since 2003's Bloody Roar 4 for the PlayStation 2. There are dozens of fighting game series out there, most of which aren't necessarily anything special, but Bloody Roar holds a place in my heart for its unique transformation system, which allowed each character in the roster to transform into an animal or creature to ramp up the intensity of each fight. This series included a long list of really interesting characters, from simple animals like Alice the Rabbit and Goddo the Lion, to insane creatures such as Uranus the Chimera, Zion the Unborn, or Nagi the Spurious. What even is a Spurious? Through the 5 games in the series, there was so much to do, and the unlockable system was just as good as any Mortal Kombat or Tekken game of the time, so it's a shame this one didn't stick around. Konami, if you're listening, please bring back the one fighting game I actually enjoyed as a kid. Mega Man. Oh, Mega Man. What a long, crazy history you have. Everyone knows about the 7 million or so action platforming titles starring this young robot, but fewer know about the open-world 3D RPG Mega Man Legends, which was released in 1998 for the PlayStation and 2001 for the Nintendo 64. This game was a refreshing new take on the character, and with it came many innovative mechanics for the time, such as locking onto enemies during combat or its sandbox world. It included a charismatic host of characters, tons of upgrade options for our robotic blaster buddy, and an intriguing world with its own set of lore. There is a total of 3 games in the series, with one being a direct sequel, and one being a spin-off title centered on the main antagonist, Tron. All 3 are excellent adventures worth playing, and honestly, this was one of my favorite iterations of Mega Man ever. I love Mega Man X and Battle Network and even the original Core series, but Legends showed us a much more human, non-human, and all those years ago, it made him one of my favorite video game characters ever. He's still alive and kicking, with Mega Man 11 being released just last year, so deep inside there's still hope for a Legends 3. Admit it, you knew this one was coming. Spyro the Dragon is arguably one of the most popular gaming mascots ever, and back in the days of the original PlayStation, he was Sony's star pupil, alongside Crash Bandicoot. Full disclosure, Sony CEO Andrew House stated in an interview in 2014 that his team was considering bringing Spyro back. Insomniac CEO Ted Price said that a new game was a possibility. Everybody seems to be aware that everybody wants a new Spyro game, so in light of the amazing remake of the original trilogy that was recently released, there's a good chance something is in the works. Now, for those of you that weren't allowed to or weren't able to play video games back in the late 90s, or perhaps those of you who simply had terrible taste in games and avoided the Spyro franchise altogether, these were 3D platforming games featuring a cool, rugged little dragon that manages to save dragonkind from the evil that threatens their world. Standard fare for video games, I suppose, but it was some of the best 3D platforming available at the time, and Spyro is just so damn lovable. The last 3D platformers / collectathon we received was Yooka-Laylee, and just... I won't go there. We just need a new Spyro game pronto. Speaking of Yooka-Laylee, it was directly inspired by the series we're most eager to see a reboot of, Banjo Kazooie. I said I won't go there, and I won't, but let's be clear, Yooka-Laylee didn't quite scratch that itch for me personally. Outside of a recent re-release, a couple zany handheld games, and that one Xbox 360 game we all kinda pretend doesn't exist, we haven't gotten a true bear and bird adventure since Banjo Tooie, the sequel released in the year 2000 for the same console as the original game, the N64. Nobody can quite agree on what made these games so special, but between the off-color humor, the constantly sarcastic characters, and the absolutely dynamite gameplay, Banjo Kazooie was truly among the best of the 3D platformers released at that time. Here at GAU, we've talked about the death of the collectathon genre a few times, and it's understandable that they'd be cautious about a new game built around mechanics that haven't been wildly popular since the early 2000s, but there has to be a way to bring it back in a modern way that captures what made it so great all those years ago. Unfortunately, the chances of us receiving a new Banjo game are admittedly low, considering Rare is now owned by Microsoft and are hard at work on modern games like Sea of Thieves. Not to mention, most of the people that worked on the original games have left Rare and started other companies that wouldn't legally be able to use the properties. That's actually what caused Yooka-Laylee to spawn from the depths of platforming hell and... Okay. I said I wouldn't go there. We can still dream though. That concludes our gaming video about video gaming. That's now 10 games we've covered that we believe are in need of a good reboot. Do you agree with our choices? Let us know. You can reach out in the comments below, hit us up by email, or simply DM us on Twitter or Instagram. We like revisiting the past, but make sure you subscribe because we've got it all here at GAU. Future games, past games, present games, all of it. This has been Calamity Code with Gamers Among Us. Game on.